Hey yo, what is up guys? Everyone here, and today we're here for the first episode of Let's Build Hijacked on the Xbox One. Now, I've already recorded this series probably like 7 times, and the one time that I did upload it, I did delete that video, so if you did watch it, yeah, this is a new one. I'm redoing it because what I realized is that when I built the boat, it was like way too small to build everything, so we're going to do a new one, and I've already mapped out how big I want the boat to be inside, and I think this is pretty big. I'm probably going to get rid of 2, but that's how big I want the boat to be on the inside. I feel like that's big enough. So basically, actually let me add the 2 back because that's going to be like the outside. And basically, now that I have to redo it, I guess we can just redo. Or in this first few episodes, I guess we're just going to be making like the outside shape, if you guys understand what I'm saying. Like the actual like shape of the boat. So I'm going to try and work on the front of this, and maybe we'll get to some of it. But this is going to be the front. So, it has to meet up at one point. So what I'm thinking is that in the center, wherever it is, let's just try and map out the shape first. So it doesn't really have to be specific, but I want it to go from 4. We're going to do some 3s, and then 2 3s, I think, and then 2s. And now the hard part is that we have to match them up on both sides, though. So where does this one go to? Okay, and then we had 2 3s again, because I want it to be like last time, but like a little bit better. Maybe 3 3s. I feel like 3 3s is the better idea. So this is going to be a way bigger boat, and I also think it's going to look way better. So we're going to do a lot of 2s, just so that it has more of a curved effect. So I'm doing, how many 2s did I just do? I don't know. We'll match them up. 2, 2, 2, 2, and then 2, 2, and then the rest will be 1s from there, I think. Or maybe I might add some more 3s. Because if you add too many 2s, it's going to look a little bit weird. So let me just check out this shape. It's kind of hard to place in the water. Now, I'm going to go over it right now. The super flat that I'm using is a custom super flat with 1 layer of water, and then the rest of it is lapis. Okay, so I think I know the new shape. So we're going to do 4 4. So 2 4s, and then 3. How many times do I want to do 3? So that's 2 3s. So then I'm going to think about doing 3 3s. And then, because if you do too many 2s, it's going to start looking weird. I'm going to do, do I want to do 4 3s? Let's do 4 3s for now. And if I want to edit it later, I will. But I think 4 3s will work out. And then the rest is going to be 2s until we get to about here, and then we do 1s. Because if you have the same, like, sort of 1 for, like, a really long time, it kind of starts to look really weird. So I wanted to make it look a little bit better. So I don't like adding a lot of 1s because it looks really sharp, but I think that's pretty good. Maybe 1 more 2. I feel like that'd be pretty good if we just do 1 more 2, and then we go back into just 1s. I feel like that's going to be good. So the reason why I'm just redoing this is because I want to do it with a rescale, because the last time I did it, it did look pretty good, but it wasn't like the scale I want it to be. It was like way too small. Like if you saw it, it probably would not have been able to fit anything. So how many 3s did I do? I don't remember. I think I did this many. So I'm just going to be looking at this. Okay, and then 2, 2, 2, 2. A lot of 2s in here. I guess 2 is probably a really nice one to use. And then this matches up right here. And there you go. That's the new shape of the boat, I think. How's that look? That looks okay. Where does it start to look a little bit weird? I think it looks pretty good. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So I'm going to just edit it a little bit more. I don't know what I did, but I did something and I like it, I think. So I did one right there, and then I put one right there, then one back here. Okay, so that's basically the front of the boat. So I'm thinking about making this like really big, because this seems like a really big build. Yeah, that's pretty big. That's actually huge. Do I like that? I like that. I think that's pretty nice. So that's going to be all the space that we have, and I wanted to make it a little bit bigger because, again, I wanted all the space. Now, do I want to make it a little bit smaller for now? Because, let me just map this out. If we do, I'm thinking about doing 4 long for the walks. No, let's do 5 long for, like, those inner walkways. And then the building would be about this big. So we have to map this all out because I want to see how big it's going to be. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we want lapis again. There you go. Let's check how this looks. I think that's actually perfect with this amount of measurements. I'm not sure if I think it's too big or too small, but I think it's pretty good for now. So now, I think I'm just going to go along across the boat and see how far I want it to be before we reach the back. So this is going to be probably the most difficult spot to do because if I'm going to be doing it like this, it's going to be really hard. So hopefully I can get it right. So basically, I'm looking at the actual map itself, and I'm thinking about, let's see. I'm thinking about how long I want this to be because I want to like outline sort of the whole map before we start working on it some more, and I think that would be the right idea to do. So let's see. How big do I want to make this? See, this is the really difficult part about this. So maybe, okay, so basically that's the front of the boat. Then we need to have the house here. So I'm doing this with blue wool for now. And it's going to be really big, I'm just realizing. And I guess we can make it bigger later, but I'm just going to work out the shapes right now. So that's really big right there. Probably smaller. I'm not sure. That looks pretty good at the front. I like how that looks. A little bit shorter, but let's just outline the front bit, and then we'll start working on it right now. So let's add this in. Oh, no, wait. This is the wall, right? This 4? Yeah, I made this one the wall. Okay, so I feel like this boat, I think I like this shape way more than last time because last time it was way too cramped. We only had like 24 blocks work with. Now we have like 28 or something like that, which is way better. It might not seem like a lot bigger, but once you're working like in projects like this, space really matters. Now, I'm not sure if that's way too big or pretty good. I think it's pretty good for now. I'm going to stick with this. So now we're going to start working on the actual boat itself. So now I was thinking about either doing a curve and then it sharply rises or just a straight out. And I'm trying to decide if I want to do a straight out or sort of like curve. Because if I do a curve, I want the shape to be like sort of like this, where I do like 2, 2, 1, 1, and then the rest can be ones, where like it has sort of a curved bottom. And I think that's the way I'm gonna do it, because I feel like that's gonna give me like the best shape. And that's going to be a little bit more difficult, but I think we can make it work out. So now how we're going to continue the shape is like this. So I actually want to cover that up. I really don't like how what? Oh, it's that block. Okay, good. So basically now we're just going to build out to these blocks, and it's 2 out from the blocks this time. So every block that we're placing is completely out from these, because it's like 2 in front of it instead of 1 in front of it. So once we get to the 1 in front, it's going to be way easier to build, but for now this is going to start looking pretty good at the beginning. Now, I'm not going to, I should actually start working on the shapes a little bit, because if you don't, I'm going to explain this. If you don't already know how the boat looks, basically there are 2 stripes, one blue, no, not 1 stripe, there's 2 stripes. Did I say 2 stripes or 1 stripe? I can't remember, but 1 stripe is at the bottom, and it goes like this, under, and then it comes over at the back, and then the top one does the exact same thing, but it doesn't go underwater. So now I have to decide where I want to go under with this. So at the front, I'm going to do about 3 blocks high for this. So I'm going to do 2 out more, and then probably 1 more 2. So that's how high the stripe's going to be, right? I'm actually going to map out the whole thing from here, because I feel like that'd be the best idea. So 2 more, and then another layer of the blue stripe. So that's 3, so that's the next stripe. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's how high the boat's gonna actually be going, and that's like a huge like design that I was gonna be going for, and I think we can work it out. But basically the stripe's gonna go from 3 tall to 2 tall to 1 tall, and then to that really thin in the water block. So we have to try and work that out, which is gonna be pretty difficult, but I think we can get it. So let's start working this. I really just hate doing stuff like this where we just have to rapidly place all these blocks, because it takes a really long time to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to build this whole like one side of the front in this first episode, and then by next episode I'll have the other side done, because they're literally the exact same things. So that you're really not going to be missing out on anything. Am I doing this right? Yeah, I think I'm doing that right. No, I think I'm doing something wrong here. Definitely doing something wrong here. I'm pretty sure. Hold on. Two out, two out, two out, two out. See, this is a way more complicated shape, and it's going to be really difficult to build, but hopefully we can get it done. Because, again, one of the things that I'm really not good at building is, again, boats. I don't think I've ever said this before, but I just really hate building boats. They're just so, like, I don't know. I just really don't like, because they're, like, so shaped, like, in a weird way that it's kind of hard to replicate. So right about here is where I think it's going to go down to that 0 point with the 0. And I think that's a good spot to do it. So right there, it's going to continue out. I still think I'm doing this wrong. Hold on. Oh, God. See, that's why the 2's messing me up there. No, I think that's right. So now, let's delete some of this a little bit more, because I want to make room for the 2. So I think this is where it actually goes into 2. So we're going to delete that one right about there. And then we're going to continue out the shape. Continue out the shape. There you go. Continue out the shape. God, I'm getting so mad at this. There you go. Okay, so let's check this out. That looks pretty good. I don't like how this looks right here, though, because it's sticking out so much because we're doing the 2 like that instead of just singular ones, that it kind of looks a little bit weird when we go down in one, because it's like it's sticking out a lot instead of usual. But I think that's going to start looking good. So now we're going to do the next layer. So, yeah. By the way, guys, if you're building this alongside with me, comment out down below. This is going to be way harder to build than Nuketown. You guys probably already understand that. Because, again, Hijacked is just a way more difficult build because it's like an actual boat. But, like, Nuketown, it's a little bit smaller. So now we're on the 3 to 2 layer. And it's going to be it's not going to be difficult to build. I feel like this is going to be a little bit easier. But hopefully we can get it done. So I think right there is the right spot where I want to do it. Maybe one more out. And then we're just going to do it like that. And then switch it over to this. And I think that looks pretty good. So then we're just going to continue the shape like this. And then all that. And that's going to be filled in later. But there you go. That's the first stripe done. Now we have to work on the middle part. And this is going to be the easiest parts because now we're just going into the 1 blocks instead of the 2 blocks. So these are way more easier to build and construct because now we're only going 1 block in front of the other ones. So let's do this. Now, this is always probably the most difficult part to do because that top stripe, when it goes down into the other spots. So it's going to be really difficult to add that stripe, but hopefully we can do it. Now, again, I said that I was going to do that other side off camera because it's literally just inversing the whole thing. And you guys could probably, if you're building this alongside with me, you could probably do it if you just inverse it. And it's kind of simple. You just look at the inside and also the outside and get the right patterns and everything, blah, blah, blah. So hopefully you guys understand it. Because, again, if I were to work on that side on camera, then it would take up another episode. So it would literally be just 2 episodes that are exactly the same. So now we're working on the top stripe. So basically, how I want this shape to go is that it's going to go from 3 tall to 3 down to 2 with the down, and then to 2 down and to 2 down. So I'm not sure if you guys understood what I just said, but hopefully you do. So when this one goes down, I'm going to make this one go down too. So right about here, it's going to go down. So right here. So I'm just basically switching out all these blocks for the newer blocks. Basically, that's going to be 3 tall, and then somewhere, yeah, so right about here, it switches to 2 tall. And I'm basically just switching out all these blocks for the new blocks. And again, this is going to be probably the most difficult spot, so hopefully you guys are following along. So now we're doing the top 3. So now we just continue this shape throughout the whole thing. So now we're into the 1 block, so it's way easier to construct. And where did I say it goes down? So right about, let's just build the rest of these layers. No. Let's continue them. Oh, God, this is going to be difficult. What does this build out to? Let's build this out the whole way. We'll work out the technicalities later. But for now, we're just going to build these all out. So let's just build all these layers out. And this is going to be the top layer for that 3 that we just built. And this is actually going to help us build the rest because it's going to start marking out. So right about here is that 3 that I was talking about. So it goes down to 3 bottom. And then right about there, I'm going to make it 2 bottom. So we're going to build out to right about here. So that looks pretty good. And then it's going to go down to 2. So let's continue this with the white blocks. And then there you go. And then sometime this too lowers down. So right about here, I'm saying it's going to lower down to a little bit lower, I'm thinking. Yeah, let's lower it right about here. This is going to be a good spot. So then we lower the 2 down. So basically, this whole side of the boat, I'm thinking about just making it like a straight line, straight across. And I think it's going to look good, even though it's just straight. Maybe I might add some curves to it. But for now, I think this straight looks pretty good. I might actually add some like really big, like, I don't know, like lines that go in with a curve. But you really don't notice them because they're in a curve. And I think that would give the boat a little bit more depth. But for now, we're working on the front of this. So there you go. That's the 3rd stripe right there. Now we just have to do the 3rd layer to make it, finish it off. And then we're just going to be working on the windows, which are going to be a pretty hard part too. But if you don't already know, they're like, I don't know, they're openings on the actual boat itself. And they have like little iron bars at the bottom, but they're really difficult to like explain what they are. I can't really tell what they are most of the time. I can't really tell what they are. Again, on Hijack, there's like a lot of things that you don't know. That looks really weird right there. I think I messed something up. You see that right there? It's so flat right there. I think I messed something up. Yes, I did. It's right about here I messed it up. What? I did something so wrong and now I can't tell what I did wrong. Okay, so this is what I hate about building stuff like this, because you always mess up on one thing and then it messes up your whole build. Oh no, are you kidding me? Are you really serious, bruh? Okay, now I have to add all this in right here. So let's do that. Now what did I do wrong? So right about here, now this is... What did I do wrong? I definitely did something wrong. It definitely had to do with me adding these colors in like prematurely. So we're just going to delete that layer that I just added right there. And I think we're just going to fix up this whole thing right over here. That's really sucks. That's like super sucking. I don't even know. That's going to be like a that's what she said moment. But, oh god, now I have to replace all the... what did I do wrong? That gets really annoying. If you guys ever built like something really big and there's like a really obvious pattern and then you just mess up that pattern once and you realize it's probably the worst feeling ever, because then you have to go back and fix it, or if you don't, it's just gonna look really messed up through the rest of your time. So let's add this in. There you go. Okay, I think I figured out how to fix this. Is this one ahead? No, this is one ahead right now, right? Yes. Okay, I think I'm fixing it right here. I think I'm fixing it. That emphasis on think. I'm fixing it. What the what? This is just such a weird shape. I can't even tell. Okay, I think I got it now. I think I understand it. Since we were using such long like proportions, it was kind of hard to tell, but I think I just had it right, but it just looks so weird from a certain angle. So yeah, I think I just wasted tons of time just deleting all those blocks. So that kind of makes me sad, because I feel like I did have the shape right. I just thought it looked wrong because it was like just really disproportionate, but we're gonna work on the rest of this. Okay, so where did I make this go down to 2? I think I did right over here where this matches up. Let's do 1 over. There you go. So now we're just gonna fix this all up here and go back to what it was like. So there you go. That's the 3rd stripe. Not the 3rd stripe, the 2nd stripe, or the top stripe. And I think that looks pretty good. So yeah. And so now we're going to add in the... Okay, so basically we're adding 4 layers in right here. And we're doing that because we have to make room for the windows, which I'm going to make 2 thick, but probably like 4 long. Because we have to make 6 windows by the end of this curve, or it kind of looks weird, because basically there's 6 windows. They're like, well, they're not really windows, they're just openings like I've already said, but there's like 6 of them, and they go across the whole top until the curve ends. So right about there they would stop, and this is a really difficult part. I might want to make it 1 taller if I'm going to make these a little bit bigger, but I think this is the perfect amount. So now we just have to add all this in. Again, this gets really repetitive when we get to spots like this, because they just get super easy, but you always have to show them. Oh god. So there you go. So now we have 1 more layer, but I just want to back up and see how this looks. And I have to take a new screenshot after this because I did have a thumbnail made, but now it doesn't work because I'm redoing the whole thing, which sucks. Because again, I don't like making thumbnails. I don't. It's so boring. But you have to do it. Okay, I'm going to make this one a little bit longer, actually. If I make that longer, then I can do this one a little bit longer because I want to make that up to here where this one goes down, and I think that's going to make it look way better. Let's check out that. Back up a little bit. Yeah, I think that looks a little bit better. See, it just looks weird because this gets so thin from, like, so thick, and it just looks a little bit weird eventually. And I think I'm going to make these a little bit more connected onto this side, and I think that's going to make it... No, wait. Not on that side. I want to make it on the top. If I do it on the top, it's going to look like it's, like, dropping down. Yeah, I like it like that. Okay, now we're just going to finish off these top layers. I thought I only had one more of these layers, but I guess we have two more. Wait. Yes. So now we just have to add all these in. Let's do a speed potion. I'm not sure if I've been over this topic, but a lot of people think that speed potions make you place faster. It actually doesn't make you place faster. It just makes you move faster so that you can place more blocks because you're moving fast enough. Haste actually makes you place blocks faster, but speed always helps you make place blocks faster. Let's actually look at the inside. Let's just look how cool that looks. I always love how that looks. It looks so, like, I don't know. If we go into, like, a certain, like, angle, it probably looks like they're just all, like, one wall. Okay, yeah, but let's go back to the actual building. So we're actually going to do this, place all this. Again, this is just like such a repetitive process that it gets boring after this. So that's why it just takes me so long to upload these videos, because I wanted to remake that Hijacked, but I would have done it faster, but it gets so boring doing this. And let me tell you the story. I recorded Let's Build Hijacked. This is the 7th time that I've recorded the first episode. It's just, I don't know, I've recorded it literally 7 times over, and if you're wondering, like, well, why did you record it 7 times over? Why didn't you just do it once? Well, the first time that I did it, there's, like, so many different reasons why I restarted it. The first time, it wouldn't let me upload it to YouTube. The second time I tried, what happened in the second? Second time, I think it wouldn't render. Yeah, it didn't let me render the video. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. It wouldn't let me render the video for when I wanted to upload it. The third time, I uploaded it to YouTube, but then it just stopped. It was stuck at like 61%. And I'm like, well, maybe if I leave it overnight, it might be a little bit better. And then maybe it might be uploaded tomorrow. And no, I waited overnight and it wasn't uploaded. So yeah, and now I just messed this up and I don't want it to be like this. I'm going to place all these blocks back. Oh, that's going to be difficult. Oh, yeah, I'm going to place all these blocks back. I want to redo these windows. I don't think that looks pretty good. So we're just going to redo this. I was reading some comments on some of my older videos, and they're actually, like, funny. Like, some guys, like, somebody tally up how many times this guy says, "There you go." And I actually do say that a lot. Probably, like, I would say 6 times per episode, like any video I do, like any building video, probably like 6 times every video, I say, "There you go." Or, yeah, I'm pretty sure that seems pretty accurate. So maybe right about, see, this is like the difficult part too, because you have to figure out where to clear it out. So I'm thinking right about here. I'm going to do that big. How long is that? Can I do 6 of those? 1, 2... I don't think I can do 6 of these. I think that's too big. I'm gonna make this like 1 smaller. So we're gonna see this again. This is like all the trial and error that you have to do when you build stuff like this, but it always pays off. So there you go. Now we're gonna go on to the second window. So we're gonna make it the same relative size, and that's bigger. I say the same size and then I make it bigger. Oh, God. Again, this just gets boring after like 25 minutes of just thinking about what you want to make it. It feels like it just went darker in my room. I'm not sure, but there you go. That's a good one. Okay, so I think this is our 4th one, and I just broke way too many blocks. Right there? Yes, okay. So there you go. Another window. And then this is our 5th, I'm pretty sure. And then we just have one more, which is right here, if I'm pretty sure. So let's back up and check. God, I just wanted to move myself a little bit. Okay, so that looks pretty good. It keeps the curve with it while also having it. Now, at the end right here, we have a little bit of a weird shape. So there you go. It kind of goes down a little bit because the actual whole boat goes down. Now, I was always having this like question to myself when I was building this, like, do I want to use iron bars or carpets? Because if I use the carpets, they look way better than the iron bars. Because this is what the iron bars look like. They're kind of gross. But the carpets, if I can get the string. Hold on, I need string for this. The carpets, they look pretty swag, right? But they look so like irony in the actual thing. Like they're like shining so much that I kind of have to use iron bars. But we also have a top layer over here, and it kind of annoys me because we have to put iron bars on the whole way on top of it, and it makes it look like so weird because in the actual map the bars are like two thin metal bars, and in our iron bars they're really ugly. I was always thinking that they should add like a new variant to iron bars, like smooth iron bars or like better just iron bars, because like the iron bar texture that we have right now, it's kind of ugly, and I wish they redid it. I don't know. I might switch this to another texture pack that might have nicer stuff. I'm not sure, though, because I kind of like this texture pack. I feel like the city texture pack would look nice, but the quartz texture in that texture pack, I'm pretty sure it's kind of weird. I don't know. But I think city would be, like, the best option. I also do like the water in the city texture pack a little bit. It's, like, a more turquoise, and the iron bars are nicer. They have, like, a nice design with it. But we're just going to put iron bars at the whole layer on top of this, and it's just going to take a really long time to do. And once we get to this bottom window right about here, then it starts to curve down. So we don't want to do this. So basically, it curves down like a lot. So right about over, say here. There you go. It curves. Maybe a little bit further. And then it curves again, like really fast. So like right there. So let's delete all this. There you go. So that's how much it curves. Let's back up a little bit. Yeah, I think that actually looks pretty good. So now we're going to add some stairs. Now, usually I would use like slabs for curves like this because it makes it like look really nice because it's like smaller curves. But since we have to put these iron bars on top of it, we can't really do that without making it look like really disconnected because the iron bars wouldn't be able to connect to the slabs. So we're just going to put all this down here if I can. There you go. So let's place all these. Now, okay, so that's basically the whole front part to this. Now, this is a really big map. Now that I just realized it, like in Black Ops 2, when you played this, you'd be like, Hijack's one of the smallest maps. When you build it, it's like, this is huge. But now that we're doing this, we have to like estimate where we want to put the side part, but I'm thinking just going to do the whole shell of the boat before we do that. But then we'd also have to map out everything inside before we do this. But that looks pretty good, that whole part outside. I think I'm going to just leave off the episode here. By next episode, I'm going to have this whole thing copied to this side. So we'll be able to continue with the side parts. And then, yeah, but the two side parts are different. So I'll probably make a whole episode on those sides. And then we'll do the back in one episode. And I think this looks pretty good. So let's just back up and check out what we've done. That looks it's so big that, look at the shadow that it makes. Did I turn off? Yeah. I think day is different from when you started off, because when you start off the game, it's like a little bit in between day and night, but there's so much of a shadow from how big this thing is, and yeah, now, again, that's why I don't like this, because, again, that, like, just, like how curved, that looks so weird, like, you guys understand what I'm talking about, right? Because I can't really do slabs and make it how I want it to be, or else it will start to look really weird, you know what I'm saying, guys? We'll just try it out with slabs. This would look way better with carpets, like I've already said, but we can't really do that. But let's check it out with slabs. There you go. You know what, screw it, I'm leaving it like that for now. I don't really have time to redo this whole thing. So I'm just going to end it off right here. We're literally at 29 minutes, so I'm going to end it off at the front of the boat, all Titanic style. That looks so funny with half the boat. But anyway, guys, if you did enjoy the first episode, the first redone episode of Let's Build Hijacked, make sure to subscribe if you're new. Comment down below what you thought of this episode. Did you like it? Are you building with me? Everything else. Make sure to like the video. Did I already say that? Slap that like button, and I shall see you guys next time. Bye, guys.